Come here, man. This is my guy right here, man. Look, I just want to say, first of all, I don't know how you pulled it off, but thank you for being the first person to bring us back to arenas so we could do some shows for these people.
Dreamville, y'all love Kendrick Lamar, correct? As do I. So I just want to come up here and be like, publicly be like, bruh, that was the lamest, like, goofy, and I say all that to say it made me feel like 10 years ago when I was moving incorrectly.
So it looks like Drake is feeling some type of way about J.Cole not showing him any support during his beef with Kendrick. And Drizzy's fans are now calling Cole Judas for seemingly betraying Drake. But others are saying Cole simply realized that Drake was using him to get some legitimacy in the hip-hop community, and that he never really cared about Cole anyway, which goes in line with that bar on Not Like Us, where Kendrick says Drake is not a colleague, but a colonizer. So what's the deal with J. Cole and his role in this beef? Did he switch sides and betray Drake, or did he simply decide to stay neutral? Let's break it down. So to give you some context on J. Cole's role in this drama between Kendrick and Drake, it all started when Cole teamed up with Drake last year on the track First Person Shooter, where he mentions the big three rappers, including himself, Drake, and Kendrick. He raps, "Love when they argue the hardest MC. Is it K-Dot, is it Aubrey, or me? We the big three like we started a league, but right now, I feel like Muhammad Ali." Now, First Person Shooter made it to the top spot of the US Billboard Hot 100, and it became Cole's first and Drake's 13th #1 song. This also led to Drake tying Michael Jackson for the most #1 singles by a male solo artist.
That song charted #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, officially tying him to Michael Jackson's record for the male act with the most #1 records on the Billboard chart history. So they're at number 13.
Okay.
Well, they have 13 #1s on the Billboard Hot 100.
But Kendrick wasn't too happy when Cole grouped him with Drake, because Drake has spent years sneak dissing Kendrick. It all started when Drake got in his feelings over Kendrick's verse on Big Sean's 2013 track, Control, where he name-checked a bunch of rappers. And while most of them understood that Kendrick wasn't dissing them and it was all in the name of healthy hip-hop rivalry, Drake took it personally, and he started snubbing Kendrick in songs.
Control, the record, people still banging it, man. Where is Drake at with Control?
I'm probably like as done as like the rest of the world is with that record. Like I think it came and it went, you know what I mean? And not to discredit it, like it was a good moment, but at the end of the day, it's just like, it was like one of those sort of like fleeting like Twitter frenzies that like, it was cool for what it was, you know, and I'm just into making, like, my thing is like, I like lasting power, you know, that's my thing. I want you to still be listening to this album in the summer or, you know, next year, where I want this to stay in your car, stay on your mind. It's like not even about the music, you know what I mean? It wasn't even about like the content of it. It just seemed to be about like, you know, all the and all the talking at the time, and now everybody's like over it. Nobody plays it. It's just like.
Did that kind of, when you heard your name, did you feel like, man, like that was kind of disrespectful, or did you feel like, you know, our names were just kind of thrown in there and it was?
I feel like he made a decision, you know what I'm saying? And it was a decision to make, you know? He was like, man, I'm either going to go for this moment because I know it's going to be a big moment, or I'm going to like take heed to the fact that I have real relationships and I'm going to like not do that. Cause like, you know, I'll be real, like I've thought of doing that before. You know, I thought like, man, it would be crazy if I just went off on everybody, but it's just kind of like, where does it really get me? Then what? Then every time I rap, people are going to expect me to be confrontational, and when I'm not, then it's not entertaining. You know what I mean? It's like, it kind of puts you in a box a bit. So
I don't think that put Kendrick in a box.
I don't know if I necessarily respect it.
2 years after Control dropped, Drake was still hurt, so he teamed up with The Game on the track 100 and went to Kendrick's native Compton to shoot the video. Also on 100, Drake boldly claims that he would take all of Kendrick's fans if he went conscious. Drake raps, "I would have so many friends if I held back the truth and gave out compliments. I would have all of your fans if I didn't go pop and I stayed on some conscious-ish." But Drake didn't stop there. He kept throwing sneaky jabs at Kendrick over the years and trolling him him on social media. Earlier this year, before the beef exploded, Drake even shared a selfie wearing a shirt from Compton Community College. So of course, it was only a matter of time before Kendrick said enough is enough. He first checked Drake and Cole on the track Like That with Future and Metro Boomin, where he raps, "Yeah, get up with me, F sneak dissing, first person shooter, I hope they came with 3 switches, mother F the big 3, it's just big me." Kendrick also seemingly threatens Cole and Drake by invoking his bodyguard, 2 T's. "Got 2 T's with me, I'm snatching chains and burning tattoos, it's up, lost too many soldiers not to play it safe." Kendrick then compares himself to the late great Prince, pointing out that Prince outlived Michael Jackson, and references Drake's line in First Person Shooter, where he brags about being one #1 song away from Michael. Kendrick raps, "And your best work is a light pat, Prince outlived Mike Jack." By the way, Prince and MJ had this whole public feud going on, and Prince didn't hold back from taking jabs at Mike whenever he got the chance. He even famously said that MJ's album was only called bad because there wasn't enough room on the sleeve for pathetic. By the way, this isn't the first time Kendrick compared himself to Prince. On Future's Mask Off remix, he rapped, "She said she broke down when Prince died. It's alright. My hair down. Prince lived through me. I am Prince." And then on Future and Metro Boomin's Like That, Kendrick ends his verse by taking another shot at Drake and referencing his 2023 album, For All the Dogs. Kendrick raps, "For all your dogs getting buried, that's a K with all these 9s. He gon' see Pet Cemetery." If you didn't catch it, Kendrick's throwing some wordplay in there. He's basically saying that his lyrical skills are like an AK, as in AK-47, and he's suggesting Drake and Cole might be packing something less destructive like a 9mm pistol. Then he cleverly combines K from Kendrick with 9 from the pistol to make K9, which is another word for dogs. Now we all know how Drake got triggered by these lines. Kendrick essentially baited Drake and Drake bit, and it ended how it ended. Drake is now being called a PDF file, and it's being reported in the media that he's leaving the States. According to the New York Post, Drake just listed his $88 million home in Beverly Hills, and this was his last remaining property in the US. One insider close to Drake's team told the Post that Drake has no plans of buying other property in the US anytime soon, adding that he is most comfortable in his hometown of Toronto. But what about J. Cole? For a second, it seemed like he might join forces with Drake to take on Kendrick, but then Cole suddenly bowed out of the beef, and we haven't heard a peep from him since. Now, after Kendrick responded on Like That to that big 3 bar from First Person Shooter, Cole actually wasted no time firing back, and he dropped 7-Minute Drill, where he responds to Kendrick's bar about snatching chains and burning tattoos. Cole says he too has people that'll go for him, but he also points out that it's lame to risk other people's lives in a personal beef. Basically, he's implying that Kendrick is a coward for sending threats from behind a bodyguard. Cole raps, "My dog light, say the word, he on BS, he itching. Done put in so much work in these streets, he got pension. I told him chill out, how I look having henchmen. If get to poppin', I'm the one doing the clenching." Cole then goes on to say that Kendrick fell off, and despite doing successful tours, the quality of his music is not what it used to be. Your first ish was classic, your last ish was tragic. Your second ish put ninjas to sleep, but they gassed it. Your third ish was massive, and that was your prime. I was trailing right behind, and I just now hit mine. And then Cole also suggests that Kendrick is now using this beef to stay relevant because no one would be checking for his music otherwise. He averaging one hard verse like every 30 months or something. If he wasn't dissing, then we wouldn't be discussing him. But then in the second verse, Cole expresses he has mixed feelings about Kendrick, implying that Kendrick used to be a friend, but is now living behind a facade and has to maintain an appearance he manufactured for his fans. Cole also accuses Kendrick of switching sides, possibly alluding to the fact that Cole played a part in convincing Dr. Dre to sign Kendrick.
Did you tell Dr. Dre about Kendrick?
Who told you that? Who gave you that piece of information?
Well, you are J. Cole. We have to know.
That's never hey. Eve! Yeah, Eve is here, ladies and gentlemen. He's been requesting your presence all night. He just asked the craziest question, which, yes, the answer is yes, I did. I'm not gonna say I was the first to tell him. There was a, what's my man name that used to work for Dre? Light-skinned dude? Manny? Yeah, when I brought him up to Dre,
I was like, yo, you know what you got to do? I went in there to like work on detox or whatever, you know.
But get this, just a few days after he dropped 7 Minute Drill, Cole decided to wave the white flag and publicly apologized for dissing Kendrick, claiming it was one of the lame moments of his life. At his own Dreamville festival, Cole got deep with the crowd, reflecting on 7 Minute Drill. And during a 4-minute talk, he opened up about the inner struggle about responding to Kendrick.
Like, man, that's the lamest I ever did in my life, right? And I know this is not what a lot of people want to hear. I know I can hear my there right now like, nah, don't do that. But I got to keep it 100 with y'all, right? I damn near had a relapse, right? Because y'all heard happened 3 weeks ago, however long it was. Y'all heard that bazooka that was dropped, right? So all of this time of me moving on my own accord, for the first time I was tested. Why am I tested? Because I got the world and I got my like, what you gonna do, Cole? Like, boy, I must have had 1,000 missed calls. Oh my God. Text flooded, I couldn't even answer. Wartime, right? I wanna see blood. And I was conflicted because one, I know my heart, you know what I mean? And like, I know how I feel about my peers. These just been blessed to even stand beside in this game, let alone chase their greatness, right? So I felt conflicted because I'm like, bro, I know I don't really feel no way, but the world want to see blood. I don't know if y'all can feel that, but the world want to see blood. So I say all of that to say, in my spirit of trying to like get this music out, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I moved in a way that I feel spiritually feel bad on me. Like I try to like jab my back and I try to keep it friendly, but at the end of the day, when I listen to it and when it comes out and I see the talk, it right with my spirit, it disrupts my peace. So what I want to say right here tonight is, in the midst of me doing that and in that trying to find a little angle and downplay this catalog and his greatness, I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest microphone? Dreamville, y'all love Kendrick Lamar, correct? As do I. So I just want to come up here and be like, publicly be like, bruh, that was the lamest, like, goofiest. I say all that to say it made me feel like 10 years ago when I was moving incorrectly. And I pray that God align me back up on my purpose and on my path. You know what I mean? I pray that he didn't feel no way. And if he did, my chin out. Take your best shot. I'm gonna take that chin, boy. Do what you do. You know what I mean? Like, all good. Like, it's love. And I pray that, you know, I pray that y'all are like, forgive for like the misstep, and then I can get back to my true path. Cause I ain't gonna lie to y'all, past 2 days felt terrible. Like, it let me know how good I've been sleeping for the past 10 years.
Now fast forward to Kendrick's final Drake diss track, Not Like Us, and Kendrick name-dropped Cole again, suggesting that Drake is the one who did Cole dirty and dragged him into this mess. Kendrick raps, "Did Cole foul? I don't know why you still pretending." So let's discuss this. Kendrick may be referring to several things here. He could be saying that Drake did Cole dirty by bringing him into first-person shooter and co-signing that sneak diss aimed at Kendrick. Kendrick also seemingly suggests that Drake is responsible for causing a chain of humiliating events for Cole, including Cole publicly apologizing to Kendrick, bowing out of the beef, and deleting 7 Minute Drill from streaming platforms. And then Kendrick also seems to be saying that colonizer Drake only leveraged Cole's respect to score points with the real hip-hop crowd. Basically, Kendrick's pointing out that Drake's using Cole's admiration as just another way to boost his street cred on top of all the other tactics he's employed. Now, as for Drake, he was quick to throw Cole under the bus after Cole exited the beef, and he fired shots at him on both Push-Ups and Family Matters. In both songs, Drake basically paints Cole as weak for apologizing to Kendrick and leaving the beat. In Push-Ups, Drake says, "I don't care what Cole think, that dot ish was weak as fuck." And in Family Matters, Drake raps, "Cole losing sleep on this, it ain't me. You right about the big three, it's only Big D, and there's video proof." But looking back, Cole definitely made the right move by stepping away from the beef. And despite Drake throwing shade his way, Cole seems totally unfazed. While Drake's fans gave Cole a hard time for backing out, others joked that he's probably just lounging on a beach somewhere. And guess what? They might be onto something. There's this TikTok user named Lael who randomly ran into Cole at the beach just last week and even posted a photo of them together together as proof. The J. Cole memes have come to life, one fan said. Jermaine living his best life while working on his album at the beach. And someone else wrote, bro apologized, then started watching sunsets on the beach while Kendrick was committing acts of terror. J. Cole getting in touch with nature and happy to be alive. I can't be mad at him. But you know who's not happy? Aubrey Graham. Sources close to Drake are now saying he feels betrayed by J. Cole, and Drake's fanboys are now calling out Cole for being two-faced. One fan said, "You betrayed Drizzy by first apologizing to K. Dot, then hopping on Metro Boomin track to diss Drake. It doesn't get more disrespectful than that. J. Cole is no longer my favorite rapper." And another one added, "Not only did Judas Cole fold by apologizing to the ops live on stage, he betrayed Drake by jumping on the We Still Don't Trust You tape. It be your own peoples, man." But what's your take on J. Cole's role in this beef? Did he do the right thing by apologizing to Kendrick and bowing out early on? Or do you feel like he betrayed Drake and switched sides? Comment down below and don't miss out on this next video.